Hey, in this video I want to demonstrate how Git branches work. This video assumes that you're pretty familiar with Git. If you have never used Git before, definitely check out this video first. So I'll have a link to this in the notes below, rather than the description below. So definitely watch this video first. So I assume you've already seen this and you know how to work with Git, more or less. In here, we're going to work with the initializer, rather the HTML5 boilerplate. So head on over to initializer.com. This is the HTML5 boilerplate. You're going to click on Classic HTML5 boilerplate. Go ahead and uncheck these options here. Keep it pretty straightforward. Perfect. Click the download button right over here. You'll get a zip folder of the project. I went ahead and unzipped it and called it Git Branches. Here it is right over here. This comes with the CSS folder, images folder, JavaScript folder. It comes with editor config file, which here's the description of what that is. So I'll have a link to this in the description below. There's also a Git attributes file, and here's an article all about that as well. So I'll definitely have links to this as well. For the purposes of this video, we can go ahead and select these two here and just go ahead and delete it. They're more specifically when you're working in teams, so definitely check out these two articles giving you more information about that. I'm working on a Windows 10 machine, meaning I can go open up a folder, click on the View tab, and I can just easily check this box where it says hidden items. And this is helpful because the actual Git repository folder is a hidden file, or rather hidden folder. So this way, when you're learning how to work with Git, if you can check this on, that would be good for you, because that way you could experiment with different Git commands. And if something doesn't work out, you want to just start from scratch, you can easily delete that folder and start from scratch. But you can only do that if you can see it. On a Mac, it's a little bit more involved, so I'll also have a link to this as well on how to go ahead and enable hidden files so that you can view them as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with the HTML5 boilerplate, but before we do anything, we want to go ahead and initialize our project, our Git project rather. So open up your command prompt if you're on a Windows machine. If you're on a Mac, you're going to be using your terminal to do this. I already navigated to my project here. To do this, you can actually type in cd, and what you need is a directory path. So you can go ahead and copy that here, paste that in here, hit return, and there you are in the project. On a Mac, you can actually hit CD, drag that folder in there, and then you should be good to go as well. So very cool. Type in you can type in CLS if you're on a Windows 10 to go ahead and clear that out. Cool. So the first thing we want to do is check what's going on with Git. So if you do Git Status, you'll see that there's a fatal error. There's no Git repository, which there isn't. So let's go ahead and initialize one right now. Git init. So there's that hidden folder I was talking about, and you can just as easily take this folder, just delete it, and you don't have one anymore. So if I do Git Status again, it doesn't have one. Git init, there it is again, comes back. And that's the real benefit of viewing that hidden folder. In reality, though, in production, you really don't need to see that folder. You don't need to know what it's doing behind the scenes. Cool. So the first thing we want to do is Git Status again. We'll see we have some untracked files here. Git add. Oh, and by the way, the Git ignore file is used to specify if there's certain files and folders you don't want Git to track. That's where you would do that. You would do that inside the Git ignore file. Okay. So the first thing we want to do is Git add. I'm going to hit Git add space period, and that will add all the files to the stage. So if I do Git Status again, you'll see there they are on the stage ready to be committed. So Git commit -m, so we'll just call this initial commit. Perfect. So if we do Git Status again, you'll see there's nothing to commit. Working tree is clean. CLS again. There we go. Perfect. So now we have our Git repository. It's tracking our changes. We're inside the Git, let's see here, Git branch. So we're inside the master branch right now. But here's the thing. So the way you should be looking at, the way you should be working with Git is that you have your perfect, let's say this is your perfect project. There's nothing wrong with it per se, but you want to add something to the project. So you don't want to do that in your pristine version of the project. You want to do that in a different branch. So that way you're not affecting the pristine version of your project. And that's the whole goal, or rather the point of using branches. So the first thing we want to do is we want to go ahead and create a new branch and check into it. So you would do git checkout -b, and this is going to be our new branch. So we'll just call this branch branch 1. Cool. So now we just switched into our new branch. So if I do git branch, I'll be able to see that I have a branch 1, which, and it's highlighted in green here, meaning that I'm in that branch. And here's that master branch right here. So I'm not in that branch. Okay, cool. So now that we're in this branch, we can actually go ahead, just so we know for sure that we're in these branches here, H1, branch 1. Oops. Save that, and I'll actually go ahead, head on over to main.css. Let's go ahead and target that body, and let's go ahead and change the background color to red. Save that. So if I refresh this page, we'll see that we're in branch 1. The background is red. Cool. So if I go back to my command prompt, I do git status. It'll tell me that I made changes in 2 of these files, which I did. Git add, git commit. We'll just call this one saved. Branch 1. Perfect. So if I do git status again, we should be in a clean branch. Perfect. CLS. So if I check out, if I do git checkout master, I'm going to the master branch, if you will. So if I refresh this page, we'll go back to what we had originally. Everything gets removed from here. It's back to what we had before. Perfect. But if you wanted to go back to that branch again, so you would do git checkout, what was it, branch 1. So we were back in branch 1. If I refresh this page, here we are again. So let's go ahead and create another new branch, git checkout -b. We'll call this one branch 2. So now we're inside branch 2. And inside branch 2, we'll go and change this to 2. Save that. And here we'll call this blue, background blue. Refresh this page. Here we are in branch. So the first thing we need to do is make sure we save all this in a commit. So if I do git status, oh, you changed some things, which we did. So git add, git commit. So saved, made, let's call this made changes, and to background color and the H1 title. Perfect. And if I do git branch again, you'll see that we're inside branch 2. Let's go ahead and clear this. Let's go and git checkout, one more branch. Git checkout branch. The name of this one will be branch 3. So now we're inside git branch 3. So let's go ahead and change this to 3. Oops, 3. Perfect. And we'll change this background color here to green. Perfect. Refresh this page. Excellent. Head back over to your command prompt or terminal if you're on a Mac. Git status. We'll see that we changed these 2 files, which we did. Git add, git commit, updated branch 3 as well. Again, you want these notes to be a lot more clearer in terms of exactly what you did, but for the purposes of this video, I'm just keeping it pretty basic. Okay, git status again. We're working a clean branch. So now we have 3 different branches. So if I do git checkout master, we'll go back to our original. Here we are. Everything's back to normal. This is our pristine version. And if you're working on a project and you have different features, different feature sets you want to be adding, things like that, this is the way you would do that. So if I do git branch, we'll see that we have 3 different branches. So if I do git checkout branch 1, refresh this page, here's branch 1. Git checkout branch 2. Here we are, branch 2. And then git checkout branch 3. And here we are in branch 3. So these are 3 distinctly different, so it's the same website, but 3 different versions of the same website with 3 different features. So this is the kind of an ideal situation where you have 3 different projects, 3 different features for the same project. You're kind of working things out, trying to decide what works, what doesn't work. And once you decide that you're happy with a project, what you need to do is delete these branches. So you don't want to keep these branches around. So towards the end of your project, you need to figure out, okay, which branch do I like, delete the ones that you don't, and merge the ones that you do. So for instance, if we want to go ahead and check back out into the master branch, let's say we like the things we did in branch 3, git merge, and we're gonna branch 3. So wait, before we do that, we just switched to master just to prove that we're inside master. Here we are. Now I'm gonna git merge, and we're gonna go ahead and merge branch 3. Here we go. If I refresh this page, now whatever changes or features we added in branch 3 was merged into the master branch, Git Status. Perfect. And when you're merging changes into your master branch, that's when you know that in that branch, the branch 3 in this case, everything you did there was perfect. It's exactly what you were trying to achieve. You're ready to go. So you merge it in. After you're merging it in, you need to make sure to delete that other branch. Git branch. Let's see here, delete. And in our case, it's branch 3. So branch 3 gets deleted. So if I check branch again, we just have 1 and 2. Master was the one that we just merged. And here we are inside the master branch with all the changes we applied in branch 3. So this is sort of a demonstration of how to work with Git branches.